I want to tell you a story about what we do here. We teach leadership, entrepreneurship, sales, and collectively hustling. People older than me will think of hustling sometimes in relation to Paul Newman and The Hustler the movie, where it's kind of conniving. But people younger than me see it increasingly in the sense that I mean it. Hustling is a very, very positive thing where it's when you get stuff done based on what needs to be done, based on your enthusiasm and abilities, more than, say, having a big resource or a big bureaucracy behind you to make stuff happen. So I want to tell you a story about a guy in the Virgin Islands in 1979 with his fiancée. They were waiting for a flight to Puerto Rico in the airport, and the flight got canceled. So the guy realized it wasn't just canceled on him, it was canceled on everyone else waiting for the flight too. And so he called up a bunch of places and found that he could charter a plane for $2,000. He took the number of seats on the plane, subtracted 2 so he and his fiancée didn't have to pay, figured out the price, and went to everyone else who was stranded there too and said, do you want to buy a ticket on the flight? He sold out the flight, and they got their flight to Puerto Rico. When he landed, someone said, you should keep doing this. So this guy taking the flight from the Virgin Islands was Richard Branson, and there were a lot of middle steps, but that became Virgin Airlines, which later became Virgin Galactic. And if you look at what he did, you'll see that there's pieces of leadership in there, pieces of entrepreneurship in there, and pieces of sales that are in there. And yet, it's none of these things exactly. It's a little bit of all of these things. And if you look at all the courses and all the books, at least that I've ever seen, on these subjects in the top business schools, the best sellers, you will not see what prepares you to be able to do something like that. The leadership stuff is generally preparing you to become a CEO of some multinational. Maybe some personal leadership as well. Entrepreneurship courses increasingly, or overwhelmingly, teach you to become, to do high growth, high tech. They often have the class end with giving a pitch to VCs. But only a small number of entrepreneurial ventures need venture capital. And that's only one type of entrepreneurship. And in sales, overwhelmingly, the people look at sales as like, that's what the salespeople do. That's not what I do. What we do that's different is that we recognize that what they do overwhelmingly is they teach about leadership, or they teach about entrepreneurship, or they teach about sales. But they don't teach you to lead, to be an entrepreneur, or to sell. And no great leader, no great entrepreneur, no great salesperson became great from listening to more lectures or reading more books. They did it by doing entrepreneurial things, doing leadership things, practicing sales. And that's what we do here. Our technique is experiential, very active. So we start you by doing very simple exercises that, so simple that anyone could do, but meaningful enough and useful enough that even advanced people will get value out of them. Then we have you, after you've done that first exercise, we give another exercise that's a little bit more challenging, but now doable because of the first exercise. And the next one's a little bit more challenging than that, and a little bit more challenging than that. And they're all on issues or projects that matter to you, with people that matter to you, so that by the end of it, you'll be doing very advanced things that you probably didn't think you could have. And even people who are advanced at the beginning, you'll be doing things that they didn't think that they could do. And you will face the social and emotional challenges that are inherent to these fields. Now, when you've done these enough, you will achieve what you cannot get from simply listening to lectures or reading books. And that is at the heart of what we do, which is we develop in you empathy, compassion, initiative, responsibility, and the ability to create meaning, value, importance, purpose, and passion in what you do and the projects of everybody around you. And that's the difference that we create here. So that must be about 3 minutes.